It began with silence, not the peaceful kind, the kind before something terrible happens. Above Earth, the stars blinked out, one by one. Then the moon vanished behind a growing shadow. No warning, no message, just a cold, silent eclipse. People looked up. Some pointed, some prayed, others recorded it for social media. Nobody knew it was a ship. Nobody believed it would attack, until it did. In orbit, 36 human satellites blinked red. Communications crashed. Military networks froze. Across the world, aircraft fell from the sky as if pulled by an invisible force. At 2:03 a.m., Earth received its first and only message. This planet is now under Zarkalian control. Compliance is required. Resistance will be corrected. Ryan Mercer, a mid-level technician in New Phoenix, didn't believe in aliens until one landed 5 blocks from his apartment. He wasn't a soldier. He fixed atmospheric regulators, cleaned filters, changed energy cells. But tonight, he was holding a plasma wrench like a weapon, hiding in a storm drain while the city burned above him. A Zarkalian mothership hovered silently over the skyline, pulsing with alien light. From it, a column of armored invaders descended, cold, tall, perfect, not mechanical, not organic, something in between, and leading them was Lady Alara Kvari, commander of the invasion fleet, elegant, deadly, emotionless. As her boots touched Earth's soil, she didn't see humans as people. She saw problems to be removed. But what she didn't know, what none of them knew, was that humans are the wrong species to mess with. They break rules, they defy logic, and when they lose everything, they become unstoppable. Ryan Mercer never thought saving someone would make him a criminal, but here he was, carrying an alien girl through the dark alleys of New Phoenix, hunted by the same invaders who claimed Earth like a broken toy. The city was silent now. The power grid was gone. The sky above flickered with ghost blue light as patrol drones scanned every building for survivors, and in his arms was someone not supposed to exist. Her skin was glowing faintly, like moonlight through water. Her breathing weak, her hospital gown torn. She wasn't human, but she was dying, and someone had left her to die behind the alien hospital. The doctors had said she was resource inefficient, not worth saving. Ryan disagreed. He didn't know her name yet. He didn't know what species she was, but he knew one thing. No one deserved to be thrown away. He whispered into her ear, hoping she was still conscious. Stay with me. I'm taking you to someone. Weird, but he helps people. He'll help you. The clinic door opened with a buzz. A huge fur-covered alien stepped out wearing a Hawaiian shirt and pajama pants. He blinked with feline curiosity. Ryan Mercer, said the creature. Why are you holding a half-dead Lamidian girl at 3 a.m.? Ryan just said 3 words, because no one else would. It was 2:41 a.m. when the silence broke. Not with a sound, with a signal. In a hidden lab beneath the alien district, Kazara's scanners lit up red. They found her. The alien veterinarian's fur bristled as he turned to Ryan. They tracked her luminescence. You have less than 20 minutes. Ryan didn't ask who they were. He already knew. Zarkalian Enforcement Division. Elite, ruthless, efficient. And now, hunting them. In the next room, Vonra slept curled on his couch, glowing softly. Her breath was calm, her energy stabilized. But Ryan knew peace like this couldn't last. He packed in silence. Medication, portable stabilizer, tools. One hand on Vonra's shoulder. Wake up. We have to go. Outside, the city was a ghost. Floodlights scanned empty streets. Drones hovered like silent vultures. And in the sky, the mothership still loomed, like a second moon, watching. Ryan held Vonra close beneath his jacket as they slipped through shadows. She was weak but conscious, her voice soft against his chest. Ryan, they're coming for me because I'm a mistake. He didn't answer. He didn't need to. To him, she wasn't a mistake. She was proof that something beautiful could still exist in this broken world. They turned into an alley. And that's when he saw them, two white-armored enforcers, scanning faces. Their movement perfect, machine-like. Ryan ducked, pulling Vonra behind a dumpster. Life signs detected. Too late. Run. That's all Ryan could think. That's all they could do. Hand in hand, they dashed through the alley maze, Vonra's bare feet stumbling, his muscles burning, sirens echoing behind them. The enforcers didn't shout. Didn't warn. They just followed, silent and relentless. Until a voice thundered from ahead. Down! A metal pipe swung hard, smashing a drone mid-air. From the shadows stepped Grex, the massive four-armed dock worker who once helped Ryan fix climate controls. You helped my daughter breathe. Now let me return the favor. Without asking, Grex lifted Vonra in two arms, grabbed Ryan with another, and ran like a tank through a wall. Inside the port tunnels, time moved differently. Dim yellow lights flickered. Steam hissed from old pipes. Alien workers looked up, then quickly looked away. No one asked questions here. Everyone knew danger when they saw it. Grex moved fast. Old maintenance route, he growled. No scans. No cameras. Only rats and regrets. Ryan kept pace, his heart pounding. Behind them, the chase still echoed. How did they find us so fast? He asked. Grex snorted. Zarkalians don't track people. They track patterns, emotions. And your girl? She shines like a sun. They reached a sealed side door. Grex pounded a code with thick fingers. The door hissed open. And before them stood a ship, the Persistent, glowing dimly on a private launch pad, waiting, and on the ramp. Captain Hardy, arms crossed. Scarred face. That same no-nonsense military stare. So this is the girl? He asked, eyes locking onto Vonra. She's not just a girl, Ryan said, breathing hard. She's proof. Proof of what? Hardy asked. That humans don't run from the impossible. We run toward it. Hardy nodded once. Then let's fly before your proof gets all of us killed. Final hook. Cliffhanger. As the ship lifts off, evading scans, Vonra clutches Ryan's hand. Her eyes glow brighter than ever. Her voice a whisper. There's something inside me. Something they'll never allow to live. Ryan looks at her, confused. What do you mean? She places his hand gently on her chest. Beneath the glow, he feels a second rhythm, a second pulse. Vonra meets his eyes. I'm not just surviving, Ryan. I'm changing. To be continued? Space was cold, but not as cold as what the Zarkalians wanted to do to her. Inside the persistent, drifting beyond Earth's orbit. Ryan Mercer sat beside Vonra, watching the glowing patterns under her skin flicker like dying starlight. She was stable, for now, but only because of the device Ryan had built. An improvised energy modulator made from spare parts. A human solution to an alien problem. Vonra opened her eyes slowly. "I should be dead," she whispered. "No Lumidian survives a failed cascade." "Not without—" Her voice trailed off. "Not without what?" Ryan asked. She looked at him, eyes full of light and fear. "Not without a bond." Resonance." Kazara's face flickered onto the comm screen. His feline features were unreadable. "Ryan, you need to hear this." He scanned Vonra's vitals remotely, sensors beeping. "Her vitals are too strong." "Too perfect. That's not normal. Isn't that a good thing?" Ryan asked. Kazara stared. "It's not just the stabilizer. It's you, your energy, your biology. It's merging with hers." Ryan blinked. "Wait, like healing her?" "No," Kazara said. "Bonding with her." Vonra turned away, glowing patterns flickering on her arms, like constellations. "Among Lumidians," she said softly, "true resonance is rare. It only happens with perfect energetic compatibility." She hesitated. "Even among my own kind." "I've never felt this." Ryan leaned forward. "And with a human?" Vonra looked up, glowing tears in her eyes. "It's impossible." Later that night, Ryan sat awake, staring at his hand, remembering the warmth he felt when he touched her skin. It wasn't attraction. It wasn't science. It was something more. Vonra approached silently, barefoot, wrapped in a blanket. Her voice was a whisper behind him. "Do you feel it too?" He turned, meeting her eyes. Every second, she touched his hand. And in that instant, the ship dimmed. The lights around them flickered. Their bodies pulsed with energy. Vonra gasped softly. "Your energy. It's entering me, rewriting my patterns," their fingers intertwined. Light traveled through their veins. "Like music. Like electricity." "Ryan," she whispered, placing his hand gently over her heart. "We're not just connected." She guided his hand lower, to her abdomen. "We've created something new." Final hook, cliffhanger, a pulse. A second glow. Something alive. Ryan stares, speechless. "Is that—" "Yes," Vonra says, glowing brighter than ever. "A new life, a child. Born of human and Lumidian energy. But that's impossible," she finishes. "But here we are." Just then, Kazara's voice crackles over the intercom. "Ryan, you need to leave that system. Now. The Vexillian Command has issued a bounty. They want her, and the child, to be continued." The moment Ryan touched her stomach, he knew. It wasn't just energy. It wasn't just resonance. It was a heartbeat. Small, fast, new, alive. His fingers trembled. Vonra's glow softened. "It's true," she whispered. "We created life, a human Lumidian child. Something no scientist said was possible." something the Zarkalians would never allow. 10 million kilometers away, a council of alien commanders sat in silence. In the center of the dark chamber, a red hologram blinked, showing Ryan and Vonra aboard the Persistent. The fetus inside her glowed brighter than any data model. "Begin retrieval protocol," said the commander. "Alive, and the human?" "Expendable." Back aboard the Persistent, Kazara's face appeared on the holoscreen. His voice was calm but serious. "The Vexillians have declared her a bioanomaly. And your child is considered an unauthorized evolutionary threat." Ryan clenched his fists. "They want to study her, don't they?" Kazara nodded. "Study, isolate, dissect. Call it what you want. But they're coming. You need to reach Europa now." Captain Hardy stepped in, arms crossed, eyes cold. "You still want that algae?" he asked. "Then strap in. We're breaking through the blockade." Ryan blinked. "There's a blockade?" Hardy gave a half smile. "There's always a blockade." The ship lurched. Engines roared. Warning lights flared red. They were being chased. 3 Vexillian interceptors in pursuit. Fast, sleek, and deadly. The ship shook under plasma fire. Vonra grabbed Ryan's hand, her glow dimming under stress. "Ryan." "I'm scared." He held her tightly. "Then hold on, because I'm not letting them take you. Or our child." They dove into Jupiter's shadow, using its gravity to slingshot toward Europa. But something went wrong. A shot hit the engine stabilizer. Hardy cursed. "We're going in fast." "You better pray that Europa's ice holds." Crash landing. Sparks. Smoke. Ice cracking. The Persistent skidded across Europa's surface, metal grinding against frozen rock. Alarm screamed. Inside, Ryan shielded Vonra with his body as crates and panels tumbled. Silence followed. Then movement. Hardy stood up, wiping blood from his temple. "Welcome to Europa." Final hook. Cliffhanger. Kazara's voice returned over comms. "Ryan, listen carefully. My contact, Dr. Mara Hamish, operates a deep-sea research station under the ice. She has what you need. The algae, the equipment, the knowledge. But Vexillian reinforcements are already en route. You'll have hours, no more." Vonra staggered to her feet. Her voice was weak but firm. "We can't fail, Ryan. If we do, the child dies. And with her, everything we've built." Ryan stared at the cracked viewport, Europa's icy plains glowing in the dim light of Jupiter. Then he said, "Tell Dr. Hamish we're coming. And we're not leaving without the cure. To be continued." Ice cracked beneath their feet, not because of their weight, but because something ancient was moving below. Ryan stared at the surface of Europa, wind howling around him. The crash had nearly destroyed the ship, but the Persistent had held. Now it was a race against time. Against Vexillian forces, against biology, against death. In the ship's medbay, Vonra lay barely conscious, her glow now flickering erratically like a dying star. Captain Hardy stood by, watching quietly as Ryan clutched her hand. "We're out of time," Ryan whispered. "She's slipping," Kazara's voice crackled through the comm link. "Ryan, you must reach the thermal vents below Europa's ice. The algae there is her only chance. But you'll have to dive." Ryan blinked. "Dive? Into what?" "Into the dark. 3 kilometers below the surface, where the water is alive and watching." They met the contact, Dr. Mara Hamish, a sharp-eyed human scientist operating from a hidden sub-ice lab. You want the algae? She said, handing him a sealed canister and a pressure suit. Then get in the sub. And don't touch anything that glows. Ryan suited up. His heart thundered. Hardy clapped him on the shoulder. Don't die. The descent began. The submersible creaked under pressure. The water outside was black, blacker than space. Suddenly, lights, blue, pulsing, moving, the thermal vents. And around them, forests of glowing algae, dancing in the current like jellyfish made of fire. Ryan activated the collector arm. Slow, careful, exact. But something moved beyond the lights. A shadow, a pulse. He ignored it. Focus, he whispered. Do this for Vonra, for the baby, for hope. Back at the surface, Vonra awoke with a sudden cry. Her energy surged and collapsed again. Her hands trembled. Her glow spiked, then vanished. She's crashing, Dr. Hamish warned. The child, too. Their patterns are linked. If one fails, both die. Hardy grabbed the comms. Ryan, hurry. They don't have hours. They have minutes. In the deep, Ryan collected the final sample. The tank blinked green, but the shadow returned. Closer now, watching, a leviathan. Europa's largest predator. Eyes like moons, fangs like blades. Ryan's hand froze. The beast drifted inches from the glass. Suddenly, a warning pulse from the modulator strapped to his chest. Vonra's signal was fading. No time, Ryan breathed. He fired the thrusters and shot upward, toward the light, toward the surface, toward life. The creature followed. Final hook. Cliffhanger. The sub slammed into the lab docking bay. Doors opened. Steam. Shouting. Running. Ryan burst into the med bay, slamming the algae sample into Dr. Hamish's hands. She moved fast, synthesizing, injecting, monitoring. Vonra gasped. Once. Twice. Then stillness. Ryan dropped beside her, gripping her hand, forehead to hers. Don't go, please. You promised. Then, her fingers twitched. Her glow returned, soft at first. Then strong. A pulse followed. From her stomach, the child was alive. Vonra opened her eyes. You did it. Ryan couldn't speak. He only held her tighter. Then, alarms blared. Hardy rushed in. Vexillian ships just entered orbit. They're here. And they know you survived. To be continued. The child glowed, not like Vonra, not like Ryan, but like something new, something born of two worlds. Inside Dr. Hamish's icy lab, everyone stared in silence as the infant's skin shimmered with living constellations, patterns moving like liquid stars beneath her soft skin. Ryan knelt beside Vonra, one hand on her shoulder, the other cradling their daughter. Nova, Vonra whispered, like a newborn star. Bright, impossible, and real. But outside, reality was closing in. In orbit, 3 Vexillian warships hovered above Europa. Cold, perfect, watching. Target confirmed, came the transmission. 1 hybrid subject. 2 humans. Extraction orders active. They didn't ask questions. They never did. They came to collect. Captain Hardy paced the bridge of the Persistent. His knuckles white on the controls. We've got maybe 10 minutes before they breach the ice and send in drones. Ryan looked down at Nova. So small. So fragile, but glowing brighter than any star he had ever seen. He stood up. Then we run. Run where? Hardy growled. The blockade's locked. We don't have weapons. We don't have cover. We have her, Ryan said, pointing to his daughter. And they don't. Plan? Insane. Chances? 0. But they moved anyway. Vonra still weak, baby wrapped in thermal cloth. Ryan holding both as they raced across Europa's frozen surface. Dr. Hamish stayed behind to delay the Vexillian landing team. Hardy powered up the Persistent one last time. Strap in. This bird's got one final jump in her, and we're gonna make it count. The sky turned red. Enemy ships descending like falling swords. Hardy slammed the launch button. The ship roared into the sky, fire trailing behind as it broke the blockade at low altitude, slipping between the cracks before they could close, but not without a cost. A plasma bolt struck the rear engine. The ship spiraled. Vonra clutched the baby. Ryan shielded them both with his body. Hold on. We're not done yet, Hardy growled as he gripped the controls. We're gonna slingshot around Jupiter. Old military trick. If we time it right. And if we don't? Ryan asked. Hardy smirked. Then we make a hell of a fireball. The slingshot worked. Barely. Jupiter's gravity launched them toward Earth space. The Vexillian ships couldn't match the trajectory. They were gone. Back on Earth, 6 months later, a small private station orbited silently above Earth's dark side. Hidden. Protected. Inside, a soft cry echoed through the halls. Nova, 6 months old. Still glowing. Still impossible, but healthy, happy, alive. Kazara stepped back from the final scan, his voice reverent. She's stable. No anomalies. A miracle, Ryan smiled. Vonra held the child, her eyes bright. Hardy stood at the window, sipping Martian coffee, watching the stars. You know, he said, some people are saying she's a threat. To what? Ryan asked. To the old way of thinking, Hardy said. To every chart, rule, or protocol that ever said can't happen. Galaxy news outlets were buzzing. Human and Lumidian create viable offspring. Earth refugees outrun Vexillian fleet. Alien doctors failed. Human love didn't. Suddenly, Earth wasn't just a backwater planet anymore. It was the origin of something new. Final scene. Emotional closure. Ryan sat on the station balcony, Nova sleeping in his arms. He looked at her little hand, softly glowing, wrapped around his finger.